You know that puffy feeling around your ankles that you've been blaming on the summer heat, or that bone-deep exhaustion that just won't quit, the kind that makes you feel like you're running on empty even after a full night's sleep. Hold up. Before you scroll past this video thinking, oh, that's just getting older, I need you to hear this. What if I told you these aren't just normal signs of aging? What if your body is actually sending you an SOS signal? One that millions of Americans miss until it's too late. Hey, before we dive in, do me a favor. Drop a comment right now and tell me what city or state you're watching from. I want to know where my kidney warriors are tuning in from across America and world. There's a health crisis happening right under our noses. It's called the silent killer for a reason. And today, we're going to crack the code on the 5 warning signs that your kidneys are desperately trying to get your attention. Stick with me for the next few minutes. This could literally save your life or the life of someone you love. Let me paint you a picture. Meet Dorothy from Tampa, Florida. At 67, she was living her best life. Gardening, playing with her grandkids, taking those evening walks with her husband Jim. But over 6 months, something changed. She started waking up with puffy eyes. Her ankles looked like balloons by dinner time. She felt tired all the time, but figured, hey, I'm almost 70, this is just how it goes, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. Dorothy's story isn't unique. According to the National Kidney Foundation, over 37 million American adults have kidney disease, and 9 out of 10 don't even know it. That's roughly 1 in 7 adults walking around with kidneys that are slowly failing them. Here's what blew my mind when I was researching this. Your kidneys are absolute workhorses. Picture this. They filter about 50 gallons of blood every single day. That's like filtering the entire contents of a standard bathtub twice over, every 24 hours. They're not just cleaning your blood, they're controlling your blood pressure, telling your body when to make red blood cells, keeping your bones strong, and balancing crucial minerals like sodium and potassium. But here's the kicker, and this is why kidney disease is so dangerous. These incredible organs can lose up to 50% of their function before you feel a single symptom. They're like that friend who never complains, just keeps working harder to cover for the damage until they literally can't anymore. Now, I'm going to share Dorothy's ending in just a minute. But first, let me ask you this. Have you noticed any unusual swelling lately? Keep that question in mind as we go through these 5. Warning signs. Warning sign 1. Swelling that won't quit. All right, let's talk about the first red flag, and it's one that's as clear as day once you know what to look for. We're talking about swelling, or what doctors call edema. But this isn't the kind of puffiness you get after being on your feet all day at the county fair. Think about it like this. Remember those old Western movies where the dam breaks and water floods the town? That's essentially what's happening in your body when your kidneys can't keep up. Here's the deal. When your kidneys aren't filtering properly, they can't get rid of excess fluid and sodium. That extra fluid has to go somewhere, and gravity pulls it down to your legs, ankles, and feet. You might also wake up looking like you went 10 rounds with a boxer. Puffy face, swollen eyelids, because overnight that fluid redistributes throughout your body. A study published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases found that lower extremity edema is present in 75% of patients with advanced chronic kidney disease. The research shows this isn't just cosmetic, it's your body waving a red flag. Here's the test. Press your finger firmly into the swollen area for about 10 seconds, then let go. If it leaves a dent that takes a while to fill back in, what doctors call pitting edema, that's not normal water retention. That's your kidneys struggling to keep up. So here's what I want you to do right now. Look down at your ankles. Do your socks leave deep marks? Are your shoes feeling tighter than usual? If you're nodding yes, keep watching. We're just getting started. And hey, if this information is already opening your eyes, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell, because we're covering health topics that could change your life every single week. Warning sign 2. bone-crushing fatigue. The second warning sign is probably the most common and the most misunderstood: exhaustion that feels like someone unplugged your battery and forgot to charge it back up. You know that feeling when you've been up all night with a sick grandchild and the next day you can barely keep your eyes open? Now imagine feeling that way every single day, even after sleeping 8 hours. That's what we're talking about here. This isn't, "I need my afternoon coffee," tired. This is, "I can barely make it through grocery shopping," tired. It's the kind of fatigue that makes simple tasks feel like climbing Mount Everest. Here's what's happening inside your body. When your kidneys can't filter waste properly, toxins build up in your bloodstream. It's like trying to run your car on dirty oil. Everything just grinds to a halt. But there's a second part to this story that's even more serious. Healthy kidneys produce a hormone called erythropoietin. Let's just call it EPO. This hormone is like a foreman at a construction site, telling your bone marrow, "Hey, we need more red blood cells down here." Red blood cells carry oxygen to every part of your body, your brain, your muscles, your organs. According to research from Johns Hopkins, people with kidney disease often develop anemia, not enough red blood cells, which leaves them feeling constantly exhausted and cold, even in warm weather. Remember Dorothy from Tampa? She told her doctor she felt like she was living life in slow motion. She'd sit down to read the newspaper and wake up 2 hours later. That wasn't age, that was her. Kidneys failing to do their job. Now, before you think, "Well, I'm tired because I'm getting older," let me ask you this. Is your fatigue getting worse despite getting enough sleep? If so, this next warning sign might really grab your attention. Warning sign 3. Bathroom changes that raise red flags. Warning sign number 3 is all about paying attention to what's happening in the bathroom. And I know this might seem a little awkward to talk about, but your toilet can tell you more about your health than almost anything else. Now, I'm not saying you need to become a forensic scientist, but taking a quick peek before you flush could save your life. Here's what to watch for. First, frequency changes. Are you making more trips to the bathroom, especially at night? Getting up 2, 3, 4 times to pee when you used to sleep through the night? That's called nocturia, and it happens when your kidneys can't concentrate urine like they used to. On the flip side, peeing way less than normal is actually more concerning. If you're barely going at all, that could mean your kidneys are shutting down. Second, color alert. Here's where things get serious. If you see blood in your urine, and I mean any amount, from light pink to cola-colored, that's a 5-alarm fire. That means the filters in your kidneys are damaged and letting red blood cells leak through. Third, the foam factor. This one's subtle but super important. If your urine looks like you've been beating egg whites, foamy, bubbly, frothy, that could mean you're losing protein in your urine. Healthy kidneys don't let protein escape. When they do, it creates that foam, just like when you're making meringue. A study in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that proteinuria, protein in the urine, is one of the earliest detectable signs of kidney damage, often appearing years before other symptoms. If you're learning something new here, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps more people find this important information. And don't worry, we're covering 2 more warning signs that could be game changers. Hold up for just a second. If you've recognized yourself in any of these first 3 warning signs, I can imagine your heart might be racing a little bit right now. That's completely normal. But here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to fall down a Google rabbit hole at 2 a.m., scaring yourself with worst-case scenarios. Here's what I do want you to do. Pick up the phone and call your doctor. Not next month, not when you get around to it, this week. A simple blood test called a comprehensive metabolic panel and a urine test can, and tell your doctor everything they need to know about how your kidneys are functioning. Most of the time, catching kidney problems early means you can slow them down or even stop them from getting worse. But time is not on your side with this disease. All right, Let's talk about the last two warning signs. And these might surprise you because they have nothing to do with what you'd normally associate with kidney problems. Warning sign 4. Back and side pain that's different. Warning sign number 4 is about pain, but not the kind you might think. When most people think kidney pain, they picture lower back pain. But here's the thing. Chronic kidney disease usually doesn't hurt in the early stages. That's part of what makes it so sneaky. The pain I'm talking about is different from that ache you get from gardening all day or sleeping wrong. Kidney-related pain sits higher up, just below your ribs on either side of your spine. It's deeper, more constant, and it doesn't change when you move around. Here's how to tell the difference. Muscle pain gets better or worse when you stretch, bend, or change positions. Kidney pain? It's like a dull ache that just sits there, whether you're standing, sitting, or lying down. Now, this type of pain is more likely to happen with kidney stones, infections, or cysts rather than chronic kidney disease. But here's why it matters. These conditions can accelerate kidney damage if they're not treated. According to the American Kidney Fund, persistent flank pain, that's the medical term for side pain, combined with other symptoms we've discussed, warrants immediate medical attention. I had a viewer from Arizona email me about this exact thing. She said she kept thinking she'd pulled something in her back, but the pain never changed no matter how she moved. Turns out she had a kidney infection that, if left untreated, could have caused permanent damage. Now, this last warning sign is probably the weirdest one of all, and it happens in your mouth. Stay with me on this one. It's more important than you might think. Warning sign 5. The taste and breath that signals trouble. Warning sign number 5 is going to sound strange, but stick with me, because this one can be a real eye-opener. We're talking about a metallic taste in your mouth that just won't go away, or breath that smells like ammonia. You know how sometimes when you're sick, food just doesn't taste right? This is like that, but it doesn't go away. Suddenly, your favorite foods taste like you're sucking on pennies. Meat might taste particularly awful, and you might find yourself just not wanting to eat much of anything. Here's what's happening. When your kidneys can't filter waste properly, a compound called urea builds up in your bloodstream. When urea levels get really high, a condition called uremia, some of it breaks down into ammonia right in your saliva. That's where the metallic taste and that distinctive breath odor come from. Research published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology shows that uremic toxins can significantly affect taste and smell, often leading to poor appetite and unintended weight loss. Remember Dorothy from the beginning? She told me that for months before her diagnosis, food just didn't taste right anymore. She'd lost 15 pounds without trying because eating had become such an unpleasant experience. She thought it was just stress from some family issues. It wasn't. If you're experiencing this weird taste along with any of the other warning signs we've talked about, the swelling, the fatigue, the bathroom changes, or the pain, that's your body telling you that waste products are building up to dangerous levels. This brings us back to Dorothy's story, and I promised I'd tell you how it ended. So what happened to Dorothy? Well, after ignoring these symptoms for months, she finally went to her doctor when her daughter insisted. Her blood work showed she was in stage 3 kidney disease. Her kidneys were only working at about 45% capacity. But here's the good news. Because she caught it when she did, Dorothy was able to slow the progression significantly. She changed her diet, started taking medications to protect her remaining kidney function, and began exercising regularly. 3 years later, her kidney function has actually stabilized. Dorothy often tells people, "I wish I'd known these warning signs sooner. I could have saved myself and my family a lot of worry." That's exactly why I'm making this video. The difference between Dorothy's story, having a happy ending versus a tragic one, came down to knowledge and action. Now you have the knowledge. The action part is up to you. So there you have it. The 5 warning signs that your kidneys are crying for help. Swelling that won't quit, especially in your legs, ankles, and face bone-crushing fatigue that doesn't improve with rest bathroom changes, frequency, color, or foamy urine deep side or back pain that doesn't change with movement, metallic taste, or ammonia breath that signals toxin build-up. Look, I get it. Nobody wants to think about their kidneys failing. It's scary stuff. But ignoring these warning signs won't make kidney disease go away. It'll just make it worse. Here's what I want you to do right now. First, if you recognized yourself in any of these warning signs, please. Please, call your doctor this week. Don't wait until your next routine appointment. Don't wait until it gets worse. A simple blood and urine test can give you answers and peace of mind. Second, share this video with someone you care about. Kidney disease doesn't discriminate. It affects people of all ages, all backgrounds, all walks of life. You might be sharing information that saves someone's life. And third, if this video helped you understand your body better, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. We're here every week with health information that could change your life, explained in plain English without the medical jargon. Drop a comment below and let me know. Did any of these warning signs surprise you? Have you experienced any of them yourself? Your story might help someone else recognize their own symptoms. Remember, your body is constantly communicating with you. The question is, are you listening? Don't wait until whispers become screams. Take control of your health today. I'm rooting for you, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll talk about the foods that can actually help protect your kidneys. Until then, take care of yourself. You're worth it.